as a Buccaneer under his belt, and it's gone well. Bruce Arians said the veteran receiver looked, quote, fantastic, and that the two had a really good conversation. Tom Brady said he wants to guide and help AB because, quote, a lot of people weren't born with the same advantages that I've had growing up. They weren't born with the same background or support systems that I had. Interesting quote there. Shannon, is Brady just trying to justify the signing, or does he actually want to help AB?
Stop this, Tom. Skip ain't got no problem. I ain't got no problem with Tom helping somebody, but Tom is helping somebody that can help him win a Super Bowl. It's as simple as that. If AB was banned from the NFL, would Tom Brady still be reaching out? He stayed in touch with AB because there was always a possibility that AB would get reinstated and he could possibly join Tom Brady. Stop this notion. Look, I got no problem. If you want to help somebody, because there are millions of kids just like AB that can't help Tom Brady win, and Tom Brady ain't done a damn thing. Now all of a sudden he realized that people don't come from the same background or have the same opportunity. That just dawned on him with AB. Wow, it never dawned on him until AB. Skip, it just also goes to show you, had AB not had Hall of Fame talent, AB would have done been gone. Ain't no way you do all the things that AB did and still has an opportunity to play in the NFL. It's because he has Hall of Fame talent. That's just the way it is in everyday work of life. Whether you work at Google, whether you work at Apple, it does not matter. If you are immensely talented, you get longer and longer line to do bad, mischievous, or misbehave, or whatever you want to call it. But this notion that Tom Brady sincerely cares, that AB can help him win, it's beneficial for both. Because it gives AB an opportunity to get back in the league with a team with a great quarterback, and it also gives Tom Brady an opportunity to win ball games. That's what Tom Brady, that is the most important thing. Skip Bayless has told me the most important thing to Tom Brady is winning. It's not stats, it's not this, it's not that, it's winning. This is all about helping Tom Brady win. I have no problem. I want people to understand I have no problem with that. But don't try to guise it that you're trying to help this man in his normal walk of life, because I do not believe that for 1 second.
For once, in discussing Tampa Bay, you are dead right. Thank you for finally seeing the truth about Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr.
Yes.
I've told you he does have a split personality. Off the field, he does have this nice guy Tom thing going that is totally legit and authentic. On the field, he is Psycho Tom. At heart, he is Psycho Tom. In the end, he just wants to win at any cost, so to speak. And I gotta say, bringing in Antonio Brown for Tom Brady, and I believe he was the driving force behind this, not Bruce Arians or Jason Light. In the end, this is not a great look for Tom Brady. And he does care some about how he's perceived in public, but in the end, he doesn't really care what anybody thinks. He wants to go win a Super Bowl. That would make them the first team to ever win a home Super Bowl. I think that was a big part of the allure of saying, I'm going to Tampa. Obviously, the coach was, the talent on offense was, the up-and-coming defense was, but in the end, it's like, wait a second. I have a chance to go there and do something that's never been done? A home team getting to the Super Bowl?
Skip, the thing about quarterbacks, when they study tape, they study. Peyton Manning had an opportunity to go to Arizona. He had an opportunity to go to Texas. He had an opportunity to go to Tennessee. He went to Denver. Eric Decker, Demarius Thomas, Julius Thomas. Tom Brady saw Tampa's talent. He knew what they had offensively.
And he got a little taste of Antonio's talent. He had him for a grand total of 11 days in New England in one game. And right away in the first series of the game, he came in on the second play of the opening drive. And here they went. He threw in 3 passes and went 3 for 3. I think we have these plays if we can see them. Yep, he went 3 for 3 in this first drive. That's the first throw of the game. I mean, it's his first play of the game.
Never let that Scotty Miller play?
And then here he goes, and he caps it off with a touchdown pass. This is still the opening drive. He's just saying, I don't care. He's doubled on that play. I'm throwing it to you. And then here he goes, AB to cap it off. Now, again, it was 43-0 at Miami, and Miami turned into a pretty good team at the end of the year, but they weren't at that point. Okay, just for the record. Now, Jenna Lane covers the Bucks for ESPN.com, and she does an excellent job. And I loved what she wrote because she's right on point with this. But she wrote yesterday, some have questioned why Brady would risk his own reputation by not only befriending Brown, but going to bat for him. Yep, he has from the start. Brown has twice been accused of sexual misconduct in the past year, and he's currently on felony probation for burglary with battery charges. Brady explained that it's about more than winning, and that he's tried to have a positive impact on Brown. Okay, we get that. But Tom, just stop it. Do you have some Father Flanagan in you off the field? Yeah, some. But this is about knowing, seeing, feeling right away, this guy is as good as anybody out there. This guy works as hard as anybody in practice.
Right.
This guy plays as hard during games as anybody. This guy runs as good and crisp and sharper routes as anybody.
Correct.
This guy has high football IQ. He can look at his own and know, I got to go here for you to be there, right?
Yes.
They had instant chemistry and rapport.
Right.
Well, yeah, it would be nice. And he said, some of the joy I get in this game is being able to help players win and then be able to earn the kind of money that sets their family up for life. That gives him joy. Well, I'm sure that's true. And I will defy you. You know a whole lot of football players because you're in the Hall of Fame. If you can find one player that has one negative thing to say about Tom Brady who played with Tom Brady, you're ahead of me because I've known a bunch of them.
No.
Okay, just for the record, no one's ever said he's a phony or a fraud or he's really a bad guy. Okay, that's not happening here. But is he driven to win at all costs? Yep.
This is all about that AB, he believes AB increases his opportunity to win and win the Super Bowl. That's all this is about.
Okay.
This notion about he cares about helping him get generational wealth, when he's never given a damn. There are so many people that's not in the NFL that need help getting generational wealth that Tom Brady don't give a damn about. But now this, man, stop it. All I'm saying, Skip, I don't believe Tom Brady, but this notion that he cares so much, if AB couldn't run, would he be this better? Because, Skip, you can see it, you can tell in practice. You could go back and ask John. I'm sure he could tell you, guys in practice, that guy can play. He saw AB in practice. Skip, and plus the dude had 6 consecutive 100-catch seasons. Nobody's ever done that in NFL history. The guy is a 4-time first-team All-Pro, 1,800 yards receiving, 130 catches, 127 catches. So clearly he can play.
Yep.
So this notion that Tom Brady now all of a sudden cares about the character of a player as opposed, can that player help me win? Skip, at the end of the day, it's not about numbers in football. It's about alphabets.
Yep.
Dubs and L.
I got it.
Tom Brady got more dubs than L. He want more dubs.
We don't have time today, but I've done it before. I've read you the whole quote-unquote rap sheet on AB because it's lengthy.
Yes.
He's not a nice guy. He's proven that over and over again. And I get it. Tom wants to help him a little bit in ways that he could off the field. But stop it, Tom. I'm with you. Because in the end, you're not going to save his soul. He's going to help you win a championship.
Thank you.
And I appreciate Tom's acknowledging, look, I grew up way better off. I had a better support system. I know where he grew up, San Mateo, because I lived there for a while. It's nice. He didn't grow up wealthy, but they were well enough off.
Right.
Okay? And his support system was great because he had a 2-parent home, and they were all for Tom.
Right.
And he was the youngest, and he had 3 older sisters, and the one just above him, Maureen, was a really good athlete. So he had great support coming up.
Right.
And his father was with him every step of the way.
Yes.
We get that. So he's acknowledging, I had that, and I want to share what I can with some. Okay, fine. But in the end, stop it. In the end, you need this guy to get you home.
Right.
And by the way, the shock of shocks to me yesterday was, I didn't even see this. Chris Godwin broke his finger at the end of the game. Remember the rollout throw? Yeah. Well, Brady, I think we have this. He rolled out and just rifled it. Oh, yeah. And I think it took Chris Godwin by surprise a little bit how hard he threw it because he wasn't quite ready, and I don't think he got his hand quite around enough. And I think this is the play that broke his finger.
So it broke his left index finger.
Yeah. Well, the right hand worked because he spiked it, right? So the point is, even Bruce Arians said, We went home on Sunday. We flew back, and I had no idea.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, he needs surgery on his finger and is going to miss the Giants game on Monday night. Right. And it could be somewhat in jeopardy for the Saints game at home the following Sunday. And it's going to be on a short week, obviously. Right. Well, as Bruce Arians said, insurance policy, well, this is a pretty good one. Because I'm pretty sure that Antonio can have 3 good practices with Tom, 2 real full-on practices, and be okay and contribute against the Saints.
Yeah, hey, AB, run the comeback. AB, run the out. AB, run the hook.
There you go.
It's good. You just tag your stuff. You call your play, and you just tag AB.
Okay, and my final point on this, if you will let me do this, Bruce Arians is starting to really get under my skin. Because his quote yesterday, I think he and AB, I think we had a really good conversation today, he and I. He's trying to drive home the point, I'm in charge, I brought him here, don't give Tom any credit for this, when you should give Tom all the credit for this. There's no way he's coming there without Brady being there.
Correct.
He would have gone to Russell Wilson.
Correct.
Why wouldn't he?
Right.
Who in your right mind will go to Tampa?
Skip, I hate to break it, BA, but if you were to go on and win the Super Bowl, you do realize you're not getting any credit, right? I don't like to be the bearer of bad news. I hate being the harbinger of bad news.
Yep.
But it's going to that guy.
It will go to that guy, and deservedly so. Thank you.
That's just the way it works, Skip.
Oh, all right. Well, you know what? At least you got the Bucs, Skip. That's all I have to say. At least you have the Bucs right now. I'm going to bring up something else from Peyton Manning. He possibly revealed another great blunder this season.
Oh, SNL Peyton.
Explain next.
No mercy.